Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is go time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
What is good, folks? What is good? It's a brand new week. It's a brand new Wednesday, so you already know what that means. It's a brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I'm your host, Jay.
PD&J! What's up, folks? We're here. It's Pocket. We're live. Missed y'all last week.
Salute.
But, as you know, some things come up, and more important, as I always say, family over everything. What's up, Trulu? I see you in the building. What's going on?
How was your week, bro?
How was the past 2 weeks?
Sure.
NBA Finals started.
Yeah.
NHL Finals started.
Yeah, we'll get into that too.
Devin Haney lost. Well, I mean, he won, but he lost. But
I was about to say, did he really lose?
Well, yeah, he lost followers. Oh, y'all, the match. He won the match. I'm sorry. Did I confuse y'all? He won the match, but he lost followers. Anyway, what's up? We're about to get into it. We got 2 weeks worth of content we're going to do today. So we got to get it going.
The show might be a little bit extended this week for your enjoyment. So comments are open, as you can see. So chime in. Everybody that's been on this page that knows what we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so far. Those that are new, hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know that you're tuning in.
New, old, ready, bold. Just hit the damn like, please.
That part. Now, let's just get right into it. Where we left off a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the deficit, right?
The $1 trillion.
Not just the deficit, but the debt bill that they needed to pass and everything like that. Well, there's been some development in that.
Just not a development. The bill got passed.
Ironically.
Now, in that bill, I don't think they erased anybody's debt, though. Just got an extension.
Now, here's the thing about this new, well, I can't say it's a new bill. The signing of this debt ceiling.
Well, actually, you know what? It is a new bill because there's some of the ramifications in there, which we won't talk about until next week, till we actually dissect it completely for y'all, because there's still stuff coming out. What's up, Mike? Mike, what's going on? But yeah, we're not going to get too much into the details of the bill. Just know it was passed with some modifications, right? Just like every other bill that comes through, they got to add some stuff and take away some stuff. Add and subtract. Simple math, right? But not as simple as you think. So that's what we're going to research it just a little bit more.
But this is what I wanted to get into in regards to this new debt ceiling. Cost versus taxes and how that's going to affect you moving forward, at least for the next couple of years, right? Because
I think it's
2025, right?
Yeah.
2025. Yeah. So how is that going to affect you on costs as far as your goods, your foods, services, everything? We already are seeing everything going up. We see what's going on in Saudi Arabia right now. Now we're expecting gas prices to go right back up. Now, here's one thing that I want to touch on real quick. For those that tune in, we're based in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where we are. Now, our cost of living out here compared to other states that we've done our research on is astronomical. Like a packet of chicken, I just went and got a packet of chicken just the other day to cook from a family pack, right? Almost $18 for some thighs of chicken. And we have our own chicken farms here, so eggs and chicken shouldn't be that expensive. But when I've done my research, I've talked to other people that watch our broadcast in other states. Virginia for 1, Maryland for 2, Texas for 3. Nowhere near as high. Nowhere near.
Give you an idea. So you paid $19 total, right? So I didn't talk to anybody. I just went online and did the research. $2.49 a pound for legs or thighs in Maryland. Dasani water.
Oh, that's Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dasani water is buy one get one free as a case. What the hell? Out here, Dasani water is what, like $9, $10
for a case? $11.
And we live in a desert. Make it make sense, y'all. Why are we so high? Another thing to look at. Our gas prices
compared to everyone. Now, I can understand places like Texas. Texas is lower, is one of the ones that's on the lower of the totem pole there.
I ain't giving nobody no passes. You want to give people passes. See,
okay.
If y'all don't understand, I don't give people passes. We're the second highest to California, if not
the highest. I think we are the highest. I think we're higher than California right now. I think Hawaii is second, California's third.
Yeah, you might. I said, man, I might be. I'm thinking about certain areas, but yeah, average, yeah, we're higher than California.
Yeah.
Now, make it make sense, y'all. So here's my knowledge. Here's my knowledge. Yeah, that's right. I said that right, and I thought I didn't. I got about to catch myself. I'm gonna catch nothing. Here's what I want to tell y'all. We live in a state where they push solar, they push electric vehicles, right? Now, can anyone, Trulu, I know you probably know the answer to this. Mike, you probably know the answer to this. Renee, Tiffany, y'all probably know the answer to this, so put it in the chat. What is safer, natural gas or electric?
I'll wait. I was going to say something, but I'll wait. Go ahead.
Natural gas or electric? Now, also, what do you mean it's safer for the environment? There's been a few incidents where these electric cars just blew the hell up. Now, gas cars blow up too, but not at the same rate as these electric cars in the desert. Extreme heat and a battery. Do they go together? Remember a few years ago when everybody was all on the Samsung tip because the phone blew up? And of course, Apple was blowing up too in Japan, but nobody said anything about it because they didn't want y'all to talk about Apple. But I'm not gonna talk about that. Remember that? What ended up happening? The guy's pocket was almost on fire. Took his phone out. It was burning out.
Oh, the phones? Yeah.
Remember that? Was that a gas phone or an electric or battery in there? I think it was a battery, was it not? So you tell me what's easier, what's more combustible? So, natural gas, safer for the environment. But the notion is y'all need to get these electric cars to save on natural gas. We've had right there. We've always used natural gas with no problems. Exactly. We've had minor problems with it, but nothing like these electric batteries. They're setting fields on fire.
Yeah.
Factories are going up in flames. But it's safer for us to have electric. Do you know what I think has happened? Since they're cutting down on fossil fuels, the government's not getting that kickback. They're getting more kickback off the electric vehicle. You got to think, what benefits the few doesn't benefit the many.
It's all about the almighty dollar. Period.
Or the crypto dollar.
Well, we already know. Well, that's a whole nother story that we'll get into. That's not on the agenda for today. We're trying to stick to the agenda.
I had to throw that knife out there. I had to stab it real quick.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Mike.
Well, the thing is,
that's the only that is a bad thing about natural gas. That's probably the only major bad thing, but I can list 5 other major bad things.
But it's this way: can you survive if you get out of carbon monoxide? Yes. And within time, exactly, everything has pros and cons. But here's my thing:
I can list more.
When a battery explodes, if you tie in what's in those batteries, they're actually are almost borderline nuclear energy. When that battery explodes, think about how much is being taken out. Well, carbon monoxide, it happens. They call it a silent killer because you don't see it coming.
You don't smell it coming.
You don't smell it coming. And if you're lucky, you can make it out. But when a battery explodes, the burns you're going to have, the long-term effects, I'd rather take my chance with natural gas. I really would.
Now, going back into cost versus taxes, how is this really, like, I'm starting to notice that a lot of people are getting pay increases nowadays.
But not enough to
cover the cost. Not especially when when certain raises put you in a different tax bracket. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? More money coming out your check before you even get it. So what do you do, folks? What do you do?
So I saw something the other day. I don't think I sent it to you. And y'all, let's break. I'm going to break this down very slowly and evenly. So we have a business, right?
Okay.
A retail business. This is the hypothetical.
Okay.
So a man that just got paid, or woman, we'll say a family just got paid, right?
Okay.
What happened? How do they get paid? They get what taken out? Healthcare, taxes, FICA, FICA, FUCA, and everybody else.
Medicare, all that.
Yeah. Right. Remember, taxes are taken out. They come into my or our establishment to buy something. They're getting what? Taxed again.
Yeah.
Of the same dollar that just got taxed when they got paid. Now, when they paid us, now we got to pay our employees, and what happens?
Tax.
Right? Then also, when we go to the bank,
tax.
That same $5 has now gotten down to about, we'll say
$1.50.
Exactly. But it's been taxed how many times?
5. Before it even gets to your bank account.
Before we even have a chance to get to it.
Yeah. Now, and I'm glad that you brought that up. Another example that I want to bring up, and tell me, folks, if you think this is fair. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm talking to those that are on government assistance, the welfare system. I'm so tired of that name, welfare. But
here's the thing. Let's start something out here. Let's not use the word welfare. And what it will do, I got to think about it though. I will come up with a word to replace the word welfare because I don't like it. It makes a negative connotation.
I don't like it either.
And it puts you into
a different category of stereotypes. It really does.
I was going to say, it brings up racial prejudice. Yes, it does. Every time somebody hears welfare, what's the first race they go to, although it's not true?
Nowadays, are you talking about where we live at or just national?
No, I'm talking about anytime you bring up the word welfare, what do they say?
What?
Oh, man, them black people, they need to get up and get to work. Or they'll say, that's your reparations right there.
Here's my thing. When it comes to this welfare system, especially, let's talk about the food stamp system, okay? I think
I never understood that shit myself, so please.
Here's the problem, and I actually used to work for the state of Arizona doing the government assistance, okay? So I got a little bit of knowledge in that. Here's the problem.
To assist the government.
I did. Here's the problem that I have with it. They tax you off of being taxed. What I mean by that specifically, okay, they say that you earn a certain amount of money per month, right? That's before taxes. You're laughing because you see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going with this. So how are you going to imply that I make X amount of dollars and that's not even my take-home money, but you're judging or making a decision
on what to give
me based off what I make before taxes. Tell me if that makes any sense to you.
But no, they give you off of what you make after taxes. Remember, that's what they do. You have to put in what you make gross, but they're going to give you what you make net. They're going to base it on what you make net. That makes no damn sense in any system. But here we are, we have $1 trillion deficit. So where the hell's the money going? That's my thing.
Exactly. Now you see my problem here with the system.
The $1 that you have, you're taking home 60 cents. I don't care what you're making. You're taking home 60 cents on the dollar per dollar. Look at that. And then they talk about the minimum wages need to be increased. Yeah, it's a minimum. It doesn't matter how high you raise the minimum wage, because guess what's going to happen? These businesses are going to make sure that the price of everything else goes up. Nothing's regulated. So we live in a free country where nothing's regulated.
Say that one more time, because I don't think the people in the back heard it.
They didn't know what got that. We live in a free country where nothing's regulated.
There, you see the problem.
But people want to go to other countries where it's fully regulated and think they're getting out better. Call it what you do. What you want to do.
But it's a problem, though. I mean, at the end of the day, without certain regulations, it becomes a problem because, again, it poses the question: where's the money going? Everybody wants to think that the money is outlining these politicians' pockets and everything like that. What if that's not the case? Let's play devil's advocate.
No, I'm gonna say something and see if it makes sense. If you live in a two-parent household, right?
Okay.
Doesn't the husband and the wife usually have some sort of conversation to look at where the money's going? They talk about, man, we pay so much in groceries, we pay so much in this.
Yeah, I've had that conversation with my wife.
Better yet, yourself, holding yourself accountable. Don't you have something? If you're single, you have something that regulates how much you're paying for what?
Some people don't.
Well,
it's called a budget, but some people don't.
I hate to tell you, as much as you don't think so, the government knows what's going on. This is where I'm going with that. Now, why can't we see where our money's going with the government? That's where I was getting to. There's always check and balances. Let it be the government, be the husband or the wife, we're the other spouse. We should be able to see where our government money's going. We have no insight. But the government works for us. Remember, we said that a couple of weeks ago. They work for us. They are public servants. We vote for them. We should be able to see where every penny goes. We have no insight. And everybody's okay with it. I say everyone, and I'm grouping everyone because it's not enough of us to make a ripple. It really isn't. We can go demand it, and they'll flip it right back on us.
Isn't that the narrative?
You don't need to know. Oh, yes, I do. You want me to vote for you? Yes, I do. Me and the 5 other 100,000 constituents vote you want. We need to see where this money's going.
Yep, folks. So watch your money, man.
Matter of fact, don't we have corny? I'm corny. Oh my god. I called the man corny. I am so sorry. That is not what I meant.
Shit.
I was thinking Kanye and it came out corny, but not Kanye. Cornel West.
Man. Oh, man.
Cornel West.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, folks. I had to walk away on that one. That was.
No, it wasn't. It was not. I took Kanye's name was in my head because I saw this picture of him and his wife.
Shit.
And it came out corny. But Cornel West.
Yeah, so for those that don't know who Cornel West is, he was a Harvard professor, correct?
Was.
Now he put in his papers to run for president. I'm just going to leave that right there.
I got an idea. All 517, was it 517? 517 of y'all, let's get together. You want to run? I can run, but I mean,
I can run.
You know,
if you don't,
what? Everybody put up $1, right?
Everybody, you see our hat, and you see our tag right there, right?
I'm gonna put my name in the hat.
No, don't do that.
And what's gonna do? Here's the thing: we're gonna get money coming in, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prove to y'all why they don't show where the money's going as a constituent. They don't even tell you who the constituents are. Now, if I disappear, y'all know why.
God.
Y'all know why.
Shit, this is hilarious.
If one person does it, they all get scared. Here's what I mean by that. You had one president who had no political background, took no money from anybody, and told everybody about themselves, and everyone got scared, said, we can't make this a normal. Let's get a sleeping man in there.
Now everybody wants to throw their hat in the race. Thank you.
Now you got a senior citizen who can't walk on stage without busting his ass at the airport.
I thought we wasn't going to bring this up. You weren't supposed to bring this up.
He can't even walk off stage while Flower his leg fell asleep or something, or he was taking a nap. And then they come out with a statement on Twitter, the president's okay. Is that what y'all really want? Is that what I really want? Or would you rather? Now, I guess y'all would rather have me in there because I'd be telling everybody, y'all. But then you know what? I will hit that trigger in a minute. I tell you what, every one of our people that in foreign countries will be coming home, no questions asked.
So, should we go to a commercial before we get into these serious topics real quick, or should we keep on counting Cornell West? I'm done.
Cornell West. Oh my God! Go to a commercial. His name, man. It's his name. I can't get it right.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers. Yo, son! Promo videos. I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my God. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now. GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
I'm done. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to a brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
I'm your host, Pocket. So,
I want to talk about...
I was about to call him man Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, Lord. You're still on it.
I'm trying to get past it. I can't get the man's name out.
So, this is what I want to talk about next. A couple of interesting topics out of Florida, believe it or not. One, there was a 54-year-old man in Jacksonville, Florida, that got in conjunction to an argument that occurred. I don't know if there was anything else that happened, why he was detained for 48 hours before this situation happened. But what happened was he got into an argument. The cops came out. He was ended up being detained and arrested. He was requesting specifically for his heart medication. Now, before I just explain it, let me move forward. They refused to give him his heart medication. Within 48 hours of him being in custody, he died. Now, it wasn't any type of ordinary heart medication that you would think of. You know what kind of heart medication it was? It was anti-rejectional pills. So this man literally had a heart transplant, needed his anti-rejectional pill medication. He was refused his medication. Within 48 hours of him being in custody, he passed away. And this happened in Jacksonville, Florida. Nobody has yet to be accounted for this. Your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. I really have no thoughts on it because I think you've got to mention why he was put in jail.
Over an argument that they didn't establish what the argument was or extended on that, or if he had extra charges or anything. I haven't read into that. They haven't released that information. All I know is that his arrest stemmed from an argument.
So, and as y'all do know, I break it down like bits and pieces like you're feeding a baby. So, think about this. He had an argument that got him arrested.
Obviously, there was something more that happened.
So, no. Knowing the color of the man's skin dictates in Florida what kind of where he's going to end up.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that. Jacksonville is still the deep South. Those of you that don't know, I've been there a few times, and I understand. I understand how you'd end up in jail over an argument. Now,
it doesn't constitute him being held for
I didn't
48
I
hours.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I see that. Remember, I'm breaking it down so they understand where I'm going. And now that you brought that up, I guess I'll jump right into that. Now, if it's a weekend,
I understand. I
well,
understand that.
they have a special because of the situation. See, they have rules in place for situations. Now, my thinking is he was in an argument, so the police think, well, you must not really need your medication. If you're sitting there arguing with somebody and we got to arrest you, you didn't need your medication that seriously, not knowing the seriousness of the situation.
He said it was that time.
It doesn't. You got to remember, cops don't listen, do they?
Dude, facts.
You want to sit there and talk about he said. Doesn't matter what you say. They look at you. Once they put cuffs on you, you're a criminal. Regardless of what, regardless of how the system's supposed to work. Innocent before guilty. We hear that all the time.
We know.
But the minute they put cuffs on you, they don't care if you're innocent. You're guilty. The cuff snap, it's almost like when they put them on, they say guilty. And I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the cuffs. The cuffs say guilty. Regardless. One cop sees you in cuffs, another one sees you, you're guilty. You get booked, you're guilty. What is it called? When you in booking the picture, guilty. Everything's guilty until somebody says you're not. Until the judge says you're not. And even then, in the back of their mind, they're going to remember, we had you in handcuffs. We had you in a lineup. We had your fingerprint. Now, 48 hours, if it's a weekend, there is something called an extenuating special circumstance. Yeah, that should have been taken care of. What someone should have done to do justice at some point in time to check and see if this man really needed this medication. Yeah, nobody did that. Who should be held accountable? The reason why it's taking so long? Because they're trying to figure out how many people are going to be screwed after this.
Yep. And they're trying to protect. See why?
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not protecting anymore.
You don't think they're trying to cover their ass?
They're not protecting anyone right now. There's no way in hell, especially not in Florida with all this stuff. Remember, I'm going to take you back. Remember the kid with the hoodie in Jacksonville.
Sherry Balmar.
In Jacksonville.
Was that Jacksonville?
Yes, it was Jacksonville. Once again. So the reputation for Jacksonville is not hot, but they're trying to change it, so they say. But here's a situation where they did not do the justice for the people.
Miami Gardens, Florida. Where is Miami Gardens?
No, that's not near Jacksonville.
Yeah,
that's not. That's in Sanford or
Sanford, Florida. Yeah.
Right where I think Sanford and Son was supposed to be from. But either way, I will say that Jacksonville is not a safe haven. Jacksonville, Lakeland, I think we're going to Ocala.
Speaking of Ocala,
Miami Gardens. People think black people that go to South Beach. What's your opinion?
Never been.
I didn't say you. I said black people in South Beach. What's your opinion?
And you brought up Ocala. I like that. Thank you. This story right here. If this doesn't get to you, you don't have a heart.
Well, that's not the one I'm going to say that's not going to get to me because I'm going to tie it into the other one. But go ahead.
So in Ocala, I was about to say California. Ocala, Florida. In Ocala, Florida, a mother of 4 was fatally shot by a neighbor.
Well, I wouldn't say a neighbor.
Across the street, whether they were friendly or not, from the understanding, other people had issues with this particular neighbor as well. But a mother of 4. So picture this. Your kids are playing in the yard, right? Next thing you know, you have a white lady that's yelling at your kids, telling you to get off her property, and gets into an argument over a tablet and throws a pair of roller skates at your kid, strikes your kid. The kids come home, tells you what happened. Naturally, what are you going to do? This mother of four goes over, simply knocks on the door, gets shot through the door. Now she's dead. That children of four have no mother any longer because this woman, nasty woman, shot and killed their mother. For what reason? She's been arrested. She's been charged with manslaughter, assault. I think menacing is one of them, and some other charges. Now here's my problem that I have with it. She's actually getting evaluated mentally because I think her defense is going to. Well, there's two defenses that she's looking out to try to get. Florida has to stand your ground law, so she's trying to get that as a defense, and she's also looking into a mental defense because she was getting evaluated, mentally evaluated. This is a tragic, heartbreaking story, but yet we see this happening every day.
Well, we see a lot of violence happening every day. We don't see this particular type of violence happening every day where the family is out there. My thoughts on it, obviously, there's no excuse. I don't care who you are. There's no way. Being empathetic towards the family, yes, because I don't care if the woman's mentally sane or not. It's just, and you actually said it backwards. The white woman approached her house because she heard rumors flying around. People were talking stuff. So she went to her house to approach her about it. And that's when she got shot. But either way, the kids were witness to the shooting. Oh, wait, maybe you did say it right. Did you say the black lady? Yeah, never mind. Yeah. She went to approach her and then, by the rumor, just to find out if it was true. And she ended up getting shot.
Now there's new developing stories in regards to the 9-year-old coming out and saying something.
Yeah, he blamed himself.
He blames himself.
So here's the situation right now, folks. The 9-year-old is saying he blames himself for telling his mother what happened. He blames himself because his mother is no longer here. He feels like it's his fault. Do you understand how traumatic that is for any child, let alone him?
And then the 12-year-old is talking to his grandma, talking about, grandma, I couldn't save her. So you got a 9-year-old blaming himself because I'm assuming that it was a 9 or a 10-year-old that got hit with the skates, right? The oldest is 12. And the oldest is saying, I couldn't save her.
These kids are going to have a lifetime of counseling and trauma resources. Like, either way, the woman that was taken into custody, I want to say that social media is hard regardless. And some of the comments I've read, and it's from all walks of life, talking about hold your head up as you're in cuffs. You held your head up to shoot that gun and stuff like that. Let's not do that. Let's focus on the family that's lost. And when I didn't say lose a person, the family that's lost. Let's focus on everyone else in the family. I don't care about her. She's non-existent to me. One way or another, she's going to serve time. But even the prosecutor.
There was camera footage from a Ring doorbell that captured the whole thing, which discredits the white lady's story of what happened. Which I'm glad that they have that evidence and that neighbor was able to provide such evidence, if that makes sense. Because this could have been
It's not a he said, she said. It's
exactly.
A she said situation. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Her against the kids, which I will say that the system is always empathetic towards children. But at this point, who knows what's going to happen with these?
Now we got comments coming in. She would have to prove stand your ground. The video already discredits that.
Yeah.
The video already.
That's why they're trying to go for a mental evaluation. if I sound exhausted about it, that's not the only thing I'm exhausted about. As we know, it's graduation time, folks. In Virginia, your father's neck of the woods, right? There was a high school graduation. Our father was in the midst of celebrating his son, and then some guy bumped into him or caused some altercation. Left, went to his car, came back, killed not only the father, but the son, right in front of the mother. That's not where the story ends. The daughter gets hit by a car. Let me dial into it a little bit more. Everybody involved is black. They'll say, why am I focusing on that? It's not a focus thing. Y'all get blinded by the news so much. This thing in Florida is all over the news. It really is. I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Didn't make local out here though. That's the crazy part about it.
Oh, it's not going to. It's not going to because where are we at? That's why. We don't have enough people from Florida here for it to really. Now, the Virginia situation, I'm glad you mentioned that. There's talk about they're going to try and get a mental thing about that one. But my whole thing is, people, and yourself included, because you did it, that's the first thing you pointed, you have more emphasis on the color of the race. It's not a race thing. It's a human being thing. The only race is human race, if you think about it. Yeah, there's a color involved. It shouldn't be. Because it's so much going on right now. There's so much wrong with this world as it is. I'm going to go to something real quick. LGBT community, which I don't think we ever even talk about. They have a human rights organization fearing for the LGBT community. Pretty funny to me, because last time I checked, every time I see something about the alphabet community, they're yelling at everyone, not letting them get a word in. But they're threatened. But you know what? Let's focus on the race then. Let's forget the alphabet community. Let's focus on race. Can't do that. Can't do that. Because it's not a black and white thing. It's a gender thing, I guess, with them, right? It's gender. So that's not big news, right? That's never big news. The big news is anytime there's a white and black situation, they want you to focus on that. And the more we focus on it, the bigger it gets. Is it tiring? Yes, but let's not lose the opportunity to bring light to everything that's going on around us. This world is falling apart. The United States has fell apart. We are so divided. We're like a 20,000 piece crossword puzzle. Or I'm sorry, 20,000 piece puzzle. Not a what's it called? Jigsaw puzzle. Thank you. Jigsaw puzzle. 20,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. We are so divided because we want to look at race for everything. Let's stop that. Look at the people for what they are. Yeah, it's white and black, but go beyond that. She's probably going to come out saying she feels for her life. It's the normal thing. It's so normal. I'm immune to it.
But in this particular situation,
it's not a particular anything.
No, with AJ, I'm talking about with AJ Owens' situation. The lady was yelling racial slurs to the children.
So, okay, let's talk about this. You want to talk about racial slurs? How about when COVID first hit? Who was getting racially beaten?
We were.
No, we weren't. It was the Asian people. Why do you think so many Chinese joints shut down? Why do you think most of the Japanese restaurants shut down? Because they couldn't handle the business of what was happening to them. Was that a big part of the news? No, it was very small. Very small. Until you saw big hotels in New York where Chinese lady was beaten up, or Korean, I'm sorry, she was Korean, beaten up in front of a security guard, beaten to an inch of her life. He turned around and walked the hell away, walked back in the building. He could have stopped him. It was kids beating this woman with an inch of her life on camera. Wasn't a big deal, because guess what? The people beating her up were black. So you want to talk about wasn't racially motivated? Regardless, you say racial slurs or not, racial slurs are thrown around all the time. Racial slurs have been thrown around since the 1800s, 1700s. We always want to talk about that's the cause. That's not the cause. That's just a part of. That's a part of what's going on. Why? Because it's looked at that it's okay. Regardless, We got black people calling people out their names. We got white people calling black people out their names. We got Mexican people calling people out. We got everybody calling everybody out their names. So the focus should not be the race. The focus should be the action.
Well, let's talk about the action of what happened to with Miss Owens. Do you believe? What's her name? Susan. I think that's her name.
Yeah, Susan. It's a Polish last name or something.
Yeah. Do you believe her story?
That's probably what she felt in her mind, because she had to make something out of it, right? She has to justify to herself, why did she shoot this woman? And now that she's dead, she has to justify that to herself. She ain't got to justify to me or you. She got to justify to the court too. I'm not the court. But I tell you one thing, Miss Susan, come up in my block. You might die of lead poisoning. What do I think? There's no words. Either situation. I'm actually, to be honest with you, because this is so normal, I am more upset about what happened in Virginia. We had a young black male graduating, did not make it out of his graduation, and was murdered on school property.
Now, in that case, is the school responsible? Because didn't they pat down everybody going to that graduation?
He went outside of the graduation, got his gun.
And then went back inside?
No, he caught them on their way out.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so now I will say this. There need to be more police presence at certain things, i.e. graduations and things like that. I will say that. Because sometimes I'm always thinking 1-2 steps ahead, looking at exits and I'm looking at certain people. I mean, you have to be knowledgeable about your surroundings. You have to be. There's no way on God's green earth right now can you walk around and not pay attention to your surroundings, not look for an exit. You see somebody, it's 110 degrees outside. They're wearing a black trench coat. A bug should go off in your head. I need to get out of here. I need to make sure I'm closer to the exit. Look out the exit. If you see other people dressed the same, find someplace else. You need to be on alert. Or better yet, if you're carrying, by all means, get ready to make them dance.
This is
that there. That's why I said I'm getting immune to it. Every time something happens, it's a mental illness. They're mentally insane. What I will say is we all suffer from mental illness of some way, shape, or form. You agree with that? You don't have to. Statistics show.
You are kind of nutty, so you are the statistic.
I mean, regardless of what you think, ever since coming out of this pandemic, people have realized mentally
we're not right. Yeah.
Everyone's right. Being locked up in a hole, that's why they always say, get out, feel the fresh air. Walk around your neighborhood. Speak to your neighbors from 6 feet away. Because how many people, I'll put it to you this way. I'm going to give you a job example. Everyone got on Apple when they said, y'all need to come back into the office. Everybody got on, was it Google? Y'all need to come back in the office. What was going on before 2020? How were y'all working?
Americans are spoiled.
It wasn't by choice. Right or wrong, it was not by choice. Y'all were given the opportunity to work from home. I'll be the first one. On my job, I was working from home, I think almost 3 days a week. So not much has changed except now I got to be in the office 2 days a week. Am I complaining? No. I'm going back to the norm. That's all they're requiring. I'm willing to do it. These people are like, and you said it just right. What did you say? Americans are what? Spoiled. Nobody wants to work in retail. Nobody wants to work in restaurants. There's a bunch of jobs and people go, I can't get hired nowhere. I'm going to start my own business. How many of you actually qualify to start your own business? Or should I say that a different way?
Yeah. Because
how many of you have taken the time to research the business you want to be involved in?
Not only that, but you see what DeSantis did in Florida, right? You saw that, right?
Fill them in.
So,
Presidential. Oh shit.
Go ahead.
I got my eye. God damn, you gotta talk. Oh, fuck my eye.
So, what DeSantis, what is it, governor of Florida,
The governor.
soon to be presidential president, or he is a candidate.
Presidential candidate. He announced his candidacy. There you go.
He's kicking all immigrants and migrants out the state of Florida. He's saying that if you hire them, then you're committing a class 3 felony.
You going to jail.
And you're going to go to jail. Good luck on getting your people to pick your vegetables. Good luck on getting your people to work the minimum paid hours that you guys are offering. Oh, yeah, by the way, good luck on getting your good Mexican, Cuban, whatever food that you enjoy there. Good luck on that.
Cuban coffee.
By the way, who's watching your kids? Good luck with that. Let's see how that works for you.
And look at what he did with Disney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
DeSantis is on one. I give it to him. What's funny, people are trying to compare him to Trump, and there's really no comparison if you think about it. It really isn't.
He's more radical than Trump.
He's way out. In his first parade, he tried to launch his candidacy. Lead poisoning. Don't know what happened. His detail made down the entire shoe. What happened?
Where did he go?
Governor DeSantis is shocked. What do I think? What do I think? First off, I know for a fact I ain't voting for that one. You can give me a ballot. If I lost my sight, I can touch. Oh, I ain't vote. Nope, I'm not voting for it. That's DeSantis. You can't fool me. Turn it upside down. Nope. Flip it over. Nope, that's still him. It's a joke, y'all. Everybody and their mother's coming out to run. I hate to say it. Everybody's coming out to run because they realized anybody can do better than what the hell's in there right now.
We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens in regards to that. Movie theater goers. Let's talk about it.
Oh, we're talking about the donkey now.
So,
donkey of the week. Here we go.
How dare you? That's how we're going to start it off with. How dare you?
How dare they?
You take a child's movie, take a child to the movie theater, take your family to the movie theater to enjoy The Little Mermaid.
How little?
The little.
Little.
Not little, little.
Little.
Oh, yeah. Little Mermaid.
You know what? I wonder, whatever happened to like The Wiz, right? Where they took The Wizard of Oz and they made it one thing, then took The Wiz. It was better than The Wizard of Oz in some aspects.
Copyright infringement laws have taken.
They had it then. Because you got to remember,
they revised the shit out of it.
People forget that The Wiz was actually made off of a creator from The Wizard of Oz. And they had a court battle about it. Well, you know what? You're right. You can do what the hell you want. That's what we need to do. But go ahead.
So, and I'm specifically talking to the parents right now. Wow. There's no reason to fight in a movie theater over a child's movie. Am I the only one that feels that way? If the congregation agrees, say amen.
Well, here's my thing. If it's a boring movie and I'm falling asleep, a little action ain't hurting nobody.
Just shut up.
A little action ain't hurting nobody, except for the ones throwing the action. But literally, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I've watched Michelle.
It shouldn't have happened.
Let's break this down. Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and Furious. What did she say? Why does everyone have to get all worked up and make everything so woke? Having people play, black people or Mexican people or something like that, play parts that were originally white people. I'm summing up what she said. Now she brought an apology out after. Excuse me. somewhat of an apology about it. Here's what I have to say about that. Marvel Universe is the biggest DC universe. Why do I want to bring this up? Because that's what she was pointing towards. If she was smart and she did her research, she would realize there's multiple universes in Marvel where there is a female Iron Man. There is a Black Captain America. They're all a white Black Panther. People don't want to talk about it. Which I get it, because it denunciates the Black Panther, right?
Of what we know. Yeah.
Now, saying that, I don't give a damn who plays what. I like to see a good movie. That's the type of person I am. If you feel offended because Ariel is Black, I mean, do your research on where they are, okay?
Yeah, let me break that down. Okay. So, sirens, better known as mermaids, right? Where are they found at? Just indulge me.
The islands.
Specifically Caribbean islands, right? All right. In the Caribbean, what do you see in the Caribbean?
Well, actually, you see a mixture of people, but majority of what you see are darker skinned.
Melanated people, correct? So, but the retort would be, they're in the ocean. Their skin can't be melanated.
I hate to tell you, but wrong.
Say that one more time.
Wrong. The deeper you go,
The more
they're either
melanated.
transparent or they're dark.
So, if you have a real life mermaid, what color do you think they will be?
Well, they're not going to be yellow.
Or green.
Yeah, they could be green. They could be green.
Or blue.
Yeah, or blue.
Purple.
But they're not.
Avante. Charcoal. Gray. No, none of those? Okay.
No, they could be that too, but they're not. Just one thing. They're not European. They're not Spaniard. I'm back on that again. They're not Spaniard.
It wasn't like the industry gave room for other ethnic groups to play major parts back in the day.
I'm glad you said that. Harry Belafonte.
Trailblazer.
No, not just Harry Belafonte. I said the wrong name. I'm sorry, y'all. Sidney Poitier. That's what
Trailblazer.
he broke that barrier.
Not just Sidney Poitier, but
Okay, who was the first Black person to get an Academy Award? Let's go to that. It was a Black woman.
so a Black woman. Yeah.
Right now, who was the first one to actually make a dent and not be very more proud of it, and then would not leave Sidney Poitier. So I can't believe that people are so mad over this Little Mermaid thing. I don't understand it. People were mad about the new Black Panther by her being female. Look at the comics, y'all. Being mad about Ironheart, the new Iron Woman, so to speak. The new Iron Man. I'll just say it. She's a new Iron Man. People are upset because they're female. Look at the history of the comics. Shut your mouth and read. You know what's the problem with today's society? This is what we're doing. Oh, I gotta get this on camera. That's what we're doing. Nobody bothers to read anymore. Did you know there's apps you can put on your phone to read the comics? Did you know if you don't feel like reading, you can do audiobooks? It'll read it in your ear, in your car. Stop. If I sound frustrated, I am. I really don't care who plays what, as long as they're good at the job. I will say I am tired of Fast and Furious. God damn, 25 years? Yeah, that's pointing at you, Michelle. This franchise is dead. It died when Paul Walker died. I'm sorry. You cannot bring it back. After he died, y'all should have killed it. But no, y'all want to keep going to the point where I haven't watched it, but I've only read that now Vin Diesel has superpowers. Like, what the hell? Really?
I don't think that's true, but we'll see.
Well, I'm with you because remember the one he held the car door up that should have blown off his arm. So here's my thing. Go see the movie, judge it for yourself. Don't judge it till you watch the movie. If you fall asleep, say you fell asleep. I want to see it. I watched Little Mermaid. I think I was an adult when I first saw it. I thought it was a hell of a movie.
You was an adult when you first saw Little Mermaid?
Because remember, I got an older daughter.
Wow. I think I was a kid when that, because...
Well, you gotta remember how old you are and how old I am.
We're not that far apart.
Yeah, you're right. You broke down, man. You
Shut
broke down,
up.
old man. I forgot about that. But y'all, just stop. I'm gonna go from.
Don't let everybody else's judgments and opinions cloud your own judgment and opinion. That's basically what he said.
Now, when I go see movies, I will say, I see what the Rotten Tomato scores and all that stuff at, but if y'all don't understand, they have a curve voting. They vote. The movies they say are good are never good.
And the ones they say are bad are actually good.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
On that note, folks, we're about to move into sports with Pocket.
I don't really want to even talk about it because I did mention Devin Haney earlier. So a few weeks ago, we had a hell of a match between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. So I watched the fight with the commentary, and I was highly upset at ESPN. But we didn't tag ESPN in this, did we? We should have. I'm upset with you, ESPN. I understand having your bias for your man to win. But seriously, from rounds 1 through 12, no matter what Devin Haney did, Tim Bradley specifically was not giving Haney his just due. He would only talk about the positive of Lomachenko. Is that really what commentators are supposed to do? I'll say this because when I did watch the John Bone Jones fight that lasted like 10 seconds. You look at the UFC in contrast, regardless of who they like, they call it down the middle. Okay? Showtime, another one that calls it down the middle. ESPN, get it together, man. Either do something, and what I will say, I like how Andre Ward during that fight kept calling out Stop. I didn't see it until I was an adult.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw it when
I didn't see it as an adult. For obvious reasons. Why?
Did you not know it existed?
I knew it existed, but I just didn't watch it. I didn't.
I mean, I get it. It's a little girl flick or whatever case may be.
That's what I thought. But when you actually watch it, it really isn't.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not like. I wish I would have seen it when it first came out. Then I would have had something to talk about to my daughter and then watch it with her at the time. But thank you for that. I needed to know when the release was. But so here's my thing with ESPN. Now, I went and rewatched it without the commentary. Because if you listen to the commentary, everyone that was coming at Devin Haney, oh man, you lost. Go rewatch it. To me, it was an even fight. There was no winner. Because here's the thing.
It should have been a draw?
Yeah, I think it should have been a draw. Here's my thing. When you watch that fight, people want to talk about what Lomachenko was doing. And then listening, I think it was the 7th or 8th round, when Devin Haney told his father in the corner, he knows I'm doing the left. He's going to my left to negate it. And his father told him, keep it up. Just keep up the pressure. Because he saw the same thing I did. Lomachenko was not doing enough to win. You have to beat the champion convincingly. Did he? No. It was a draw. That's the only thing. Now I know, and what really hurt when I watched the after effects, they showed Loma in his locker room, and he bust out in tears because you got to remember, this man he's from Ukraine. His family's still, I think, in Poland, and he had promised his son that he was going to come back as the undisputed champion. Any adult, any father out there, how would you feel? You told your child, I'm coming back undisputed. I'm going to win that belt, and I'm bringing it back, and we're going to celebrate. To not be able to do it because you lost. Not because you got a draw, because you lost. I felt that as a father. If you didn't, I don't care. I'm not even a fighter. I felt that as a father, because that's a promise he made to his child to take his mind away from the war. What did he tell his child? Now he's got to show he didn't fail him. The judges failed. They should have called it like it was. It was an even fight. Only to come out and say that this week we got another fight. New York homeboy Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. For Josh Taylor's title in the 140. What do I think? I think Teofimo's going to lose. Unless I see something different. He needs to get rid of his father. His father's a terrible. He's just a hype man. He has no idea what he's doing. You know what he said? He learned most of his stuff watching YouTube. Take Teofimo to other trainers. Stop being, do like he and his father does. He knows he's not the best. He knows he needs help. What does he do? He takes Devin to other gyms where the top trainers are to give him tidbits, learn from them, pick their brain. That's how you become great. Knowing you're not the best, trying to be the best. The minute you think you are the best, there's always going to be one up on you. There really is. You always got to keep striving for more. Strive for greatness. Look for greatness. So I think Teofimo's going to lose.
Now, this is we mentioned playoffs earlier, right? Or
playoffs. We're going to talk about playoffs.
So we got the finals going right now.
2 finals.
Well, I want to talk about the NBA. Golden Knights are going to take the NHL, but that's a whole other story.
We actually agree on that.
Golden Knights are going to take that. Yeah.
We agree on that. Mike, take the Golden Knights.
Yeah, if you're a bet man, take the Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup.
Well, let's talk about the NBA.
Now with the finals,
NBA.
this series has become a series. Game 3 is tonight in Miami. Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's already started too.
Who do you think's going to win?
So we haven't talked about this on air because we were out for 2 weeks. So my consensus was Miami would definitely win Game 3. Me and him we were on the ropes both about Game 2. Miami found something. Here's a couple things I want to point out. Mike Malone is concentrating too much on the previous series. He's joking the Lakers. Why? You need to be concentrated what's happening now. Then you come out and thrash your team talking about, and he did this at the end of the year too. When remember they went on a losing streak, he did the same thing. He was like, they're not focused. They lost focus. He said the same thing. I don't think it's going to pump you guys up. What we found out, if you make Jokic a scorer, stop him from passing, you have a better chance of winning.
You think so? I think it's the opposite.
They haven't won when he's scored 40 or more with only 4 less assists. So
when he has more assists, they win.
When they have less assists. When he has less assists, they have not won. And it's less than 500. They haven't won the playoffs. It's less than 500 total. So Miami found something, and they're going to keep it going. That zone, they don't do it completely the whole game because Jokic is smart enough to figure it out. They do it in certain spots. So they found something that works. Now they're at home. Forget it. Game 3, I believe Miami's going to take Game 3. And if they take Game 3, now Denver has to do a scramble drill. I don't think they've been down the whole playoffs, have they?
Who?
Denver.
No.
So,
no.
I would love to see them win. I really would. But I'm going to say this, and Mike, Trulu, even you, don't care if you agree or not. Eric Spoelstra is a top 10 coach of all time.
Of all time? I'm inclined to agree with you.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, so the game is on right now, 24-22 Denver.
So pretty much it's like it's an even score.
So far, first quarter. Well, like it seems like this playoffs, it comes down to whoever wins the third quarter wins the damn game.
I know, because remember going to the fourth quarter,
some games
Denver not even thought some games. This particular series, you can't go by the playoffs because remember, Miami has not been strong coming out of the third quarter. It's the fourth quarter. It's Hemi buckets.
So it's a tie game at the end of the first. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
that's not a good place for Denver.
No, it's not. We'll see what happens with this. I'm going to say this is going to go 6 games.
Yeah, I see. Actually, you know what? I believe Hemi Bucket's going to take it to 7. Here's the thing.
I've had other people tell me that it's going to go 7 games. I personally think it's going to go 6.
Here's what I also want to say. Miami has a team squad that believes in each other.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
And what do I mean? It's not just Hemi Buckets. And y'all want to keep mind saying Hemi because that's his corner. That I forgot who came up with it, but that's his moniker. Him, that guy. In the fourth quarter. What do I think is going to happen? It's not just him. Look at game 1. They couldn't stop Adebayo. Game 2. Anthony and everybody stepped up, along with Hemi Buckets. Game 3. Although we thought Tyler Hero was going to be coming back, he's held out. I think if they win game 3, Tyler Hero may be in game 4.
He's out for game 3, and he was expected to be back for game 3.
I think it's a ploy. They're making Denver play for him being there. And by the time, depends on where the series goes. If they get up 3-1, Denver will be confident. Oh, he's not playing then. Guess what happens in game 5?
Well, we saw what again, not to compare apples to oranges, but we saw what happened when Miami went up 3-0 one time. Let's just say they go up 3-1 this series. Do you think Denver comes back?
They went 3-0 last time. They only lost 2.
Yeah.
They're not. Hemi's not going to have. Hemi Adebayo is not going to let that happen.
Okay.
Especially this way. Here's what people are forgetting about. Udonis Haslam's last year is this year.
They want to win a ring for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want him to go out because that'll be his 3rd or 4th.
4th.
Because he got one with Shaq was there.
2 with Shaq. 1 with
No, they only got 1 with Shaq. They didn't win 2. They got 2 with LeBron. Shaq won 1 title. Won 1 title. They won 2 with LeBron. With the Heatles. Remember they won back-to-back. Oh, wait, did they win? Did he not?
He's a 3-time champion, 06, 12, and 13.
Yeah. So 06 with Shaq, 12 and 13 with the Heatles.
The Heatles?
Look it up, the nickname, Heatles. You'll see what it is. That's when they had Wade, Bosh, and LeBron. They were called the Heatles.
Ray Allen was on that team, too.
Wade, Bosh, and LeBron.
Ray Allen was on that team, too.
Wade, Bosh, and LeBron.
I'm going to keep saying it. Ray Allen was on that team,
You
too.
can say it all you want. At that time, he was bummed with no knees.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
So, folks, I know we went over on this episode.
You got one thing left, and I think we do need to bring it up. Clarissa Shields this past week. I don't know how you skipped over that. That's your home girl.
We didn't have her on the damn thing.
That's women's boxing, isn't
You didn't specifically say
it?
Clarissa.
I don't have to. Let's say women's boxing. Who's the face of women's boxing?
Layla Ali.
She wish. That's why she's so jealous. That is exactly why she's so jealous. She thinks she paid it away. She paid it away for nothing. Clarissa's the one paid it.
But before Clarissa, there was one before her. There's always one before the one.
Put it this way. Layla Ali was scared to fight the giant, and she retired. So therefore, she didn't pay nothing except for, well, I'm not going to go there. Okay, maybe I will. For her nephew. But we're not talking about him right now.
Nico's the shit.
Now, women's boxing, it's time for 3-minute rounds. I say that because people talk about how Clarissa has no knockouts. Go back and look at that match she just had. To me, the referee should have stopped that fight. There's no way in hell she would have won all 10 rounds. And if she would have had an extra minute, she reminds me of Errol Spence, how she just walks you down and wears you out. Give women 3-minute rounds. I believe you'll see a hell of a lot more stoppages.
I think they're actually working on that.
They're trying to. They're trying to fight for the same thing for championship fights, 12 rounds, 12 rounds and 3-minute rounds. They need to give them that. Most of them train 3-minute rounds anyway. They don't train 2 because they know what's going to come. What do I think will happen? Clarissa Shields in a 3. They're going to put her in jail for beating these women too bad. They're going to double test her before, after, and the day after. They're gonna have her Vada is gonna be a sponsor for her. But folks, short, sweet, to the point. Oh yeah, Rolly Romero. I'm not even talking about that. That Rolly Romero fight, that was disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. He needs to give his papa another shot. I'm good.
Until next week, folks. Oh, next week.
Stay safe.
Next week, we got a special show for you.
Oh, yeah.
We got a special show for you next week. No, it's not. It's no. We got to rebook him. He never called the booking agent.
What you said?
He never called the booking agent.
Ooh. He said the booking agent has a mouthful. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we do have a special guest next week. We're going to put you in timeout, bro. Go rule. You should be. Oh, man.
Until next week, folks. Stay blessed.
Keep safe. Protect yourself. Protect your family.